There was a man who came with a huge container of ski pairs to fulfill dreams of hundreds of kids in the mountains and to promote winter sports in India. The man is my father, and I was one of those kids who was waiting for a pair of skis. Hi, I'm Aanchal Thakur. I'm an Indian alpine ski racer from Manali. I hope you know this place. I'm really happy today that I'm here to share my journey with you all, the journey of hard work that brought me 17 national medals and dedication to represent my country since I was 13 years old. So I started skiing at very early age. I was only 5 years old, but at that time, our parents could not afford original skis. You must have heard that skiing equipment is really expensive. So they could not afford for me and for my brother. So we tried to accept the various innovative ideas from our elders that we used to create skis with walnut woods. It looks okay. So first I'll show you. I think many of you, especially in India, it's not popular how skiing looks like. This is my giant slalom discipline. So these were the skis that we used to make. So we used to tie we used to tie these threads with our shoes, and we grabbed some sticks to use it as our ski poles. So I can't tell you in the words that how we used to feel when we used to ski down from mountain and wind used to hit our face, and that adrenaline rush that hits us at that time. And it was like everyday routine for every children in our area, especially I think all the mountain areas in India. So I was addicted to this sport, I would say, and I would always wait for winters. I would in winters when I wake up, I used to just check through windows that if it's white outside or not. So when it's white, it was like okay, let's go and do it. So at that time, you would be surprised that in India, where skiing is not that popular, but it is a favorite game of every kid in mountains. So normally, I would say at that time we never thought that somebody could make it as a professional career. Even I was not knowing what was coming next to me. All I knew was that I loved this sport. But what was the level of my interest? When I got original skis when I was 7, it was like a dream come true for me. I used to challenge myself. I wake up early to walk for 2 hours to my nearest ski resort, Solang Valley. And you all know that in winters how difficult life in the mountains is because of blocked roads and everything. So I used to go for walk for 2 hours from my home to ski resort, and then again walk for 1 hour to hike to the start point of my ski racing. I used to train a lot, and even I could not realize that when I have to go back to home, and then I could realize it when I could see that okay, it's becoming darker now. I have to go home. But fortunately, I used my skis as mean of transportation to go back to my home, and I was challenging myself every time. Sometimes I could challenge myself to do a ridge challenge. I will go to that ridge and ski down from there without even knowing the consequences, because I was at that age I was not knowing about avalanches, snowstorms, and even once I was stuck in a very bad condition in wet snow. But fortunately, I survived and I came back home. So eventually, I learned that this interest was my passion, and my dad's passion became my passion. And what could be more than that? So we normally say, okay, follow your passion. We say to everyone, follow your passion. But what is your passion? Do you know what is your passion? because you may like many things in your life. You may like painting, dancing, singing, technology, anything, this game or that game. But when that thing brings up so many challenges in front of you, so many difficulties in front of you, so are you ready to face them? And do you like that thing as much as you earlier did? If you do, that is your passion. So it is very important for us to figure out what you actually want to do in your life. And if you know, then don't leave any stone unturned to achieve it. You will definitely get success. And then I started participating in competitions, in local competitions in Manali. And my parents saw that, okay, there is a potential, she can do better, and they supported me in this game. Later on, I remember I was put up in an open category competition. सबसे पहले तो सीनियर लड़कियों को देख के डर लग जाता है. And the other thing was that slope was very black. It was steep like this. And then there was a ditch right after the finish line. The difficulty was, the challenge was, I have to cross that finish line in a very great speed, but after that I have to really stop very fast, otherwise I would go into the ditch. So I started skiing. Normally we never hear people saying that, we don't understand the cheering of people, what they are saying. But on that day I was really afraid and I was very slow at the start. But I heard somebody saying that, okay, ye kar legi, and that gave me a real boost. And then I finished my race, and it was my first open category bronze medal. So that day I realized that when somebody says that I can do it, I really appreciate confidence every time. But when you are willing to do something, but you are like, I don't know if I can do it or not, but then you prove it. Then you prove something that you thought that was not possible by pushing your limits. Then you can imagine that satisfaction, and that makes you really special. So like this, I won many national medals, and I was selected for my first international when I was 13 years old. Honestly, I was really motivated by seeing the technical level of those skiers, because I was demotivated by seeing the structure, infrastructure, and I was like, हम इनसे कितने पीछे हैं यार, अभी हमको बहुत आगे जाने की ज़रूरत है. But I know the result was, I think, in the last somewhere in that competition. But that day, one thing set in my mind that इनके पास facilities होगी, इनके पास अच्छे coaches होंगे, इनके पास अच्छा infrastructure होगा, but हमारे पास जज्बा है जो हम कभी नहीं छोड़ेंगे. So I think sports teaches you so many things. Sports teaches you how to deal with failure. अगर आप fail होते तो you get motivated to do something more in your future. Sports teaches you how to be disciplined, how to be a healthy competitor, but also respectful to the competitor, humble, and so many things in your life. I think sports makes you a better person for better future. So one should really take up sports, any sports. And I would say we are living in a state like Himachal, and country like India, where are Himalayas, the mighty Himalayas, and where we can do many adventure sports. We can add our more values that are in adventure sports, because when we are doing adventure sports, we are directly connected with nature. And that adds values like self-realization. You realize that how small you are in front of the nature, and it acts like meditation for you. So I think when I'm talking about you should take up sport, but कुछ बच्चों को ऐसा लगता है कि शायद पता नहीं होगा, हमारी किस्मत में नहीं हो सकता है, ऐसी चीज़ें आती हैं. उनकी किस्मत अच्छी थी इसलिए वो वहाँ पर पहुँच गए. बट आई वुड लाइक टू से, आई रियली लाइक दिस कोट, कि जो किस्मत है वो लिफ्ट की तरह होती है, और जो मेहनत है वो सीढ़ियों की तरह होती है. लिफ्ट कभी भी रुक सकती है, लेकिन मेहनत आपको हमेशा ऊंचाइयों तक ले जाएगी. And then continuing my journey, I started hard working, and especially my family supported me a lot. My brother was always there for me to encourage me, especially in my technical things. And he represented India in Winter Olympics 2014, and which was like a dream come true for our family. And that is a real motivation for me that one day, because अभी भी मैं भैया के साथ लड़ती हूँ तो he is always like पहले तू ओलंपिक्स में रिप्रेजेंट करके दिखा. So it is so that pushes me really towards my goal. और इसी तरह से मैं यूथ विंटर ओलंपिक्स के लिए सिलेक्शन हुआ 2012 में, जब मैं 15 साल की थी. और आई कैन नॉट express that feeling when I was waving Indian flag with this Himachali cap. And I was always trying to progress myself in every competition I go. So these I was like these kids when I was in Manali, and I used to walk up taking my skis on my shoulder or wherever it fits. This is the picture from Solang Valley while hiking up, and I am the smallest one here. And this was my first year of international championships, and this was the Youth Winter Olympic Games. And then I represented India in 4 World Ski Championships in Austria, US, Switzerland, and Italy. And, okay, so these are the pictures from and then in 2018, I was practicing in Turkey for my international competition, that is Federation International Competition. And before my competition day, I cut my hand while preparing my skis because we have really sharp edges in our skis. Due to really, it was a big blood loss, and I fainted and vomited. But then I took medication, and then I didn't tell my family that this happened. But next day, I was out of the course because the event was in that event we had to hit poles with our hands, and it was really painful. And somehow I got out of the course. And then when my father saw my result, he was like, "What? Why didn't you finish your race?" And then I showed him my hand in video call, and he said that, "Okay, tomorrow is your final competition. If you want to do, you can. If you can't, then decide yourself." I was like, "No, I have to go," because I was practicing for this competition from very long. So next day I started again. And in the course, same thing happened. My hand was hurting so much, but all I was remembering that my teammates told me, "Okay, you don't have to quit. You just think that you are progressing for your next event like you always do." I went and I finished my course, and then I saw my result. It was bronze international medal. It was unbelievable. It was beyond incredible. I was not able to believe that I was the first Indian athlete to win first ever international medal for India. I must say that winter sports is not that popular in India. So I was not expecting much. My family was happy, my friends were happy. But next day when I saw a tweet from our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji congratulating me, it brought tears to my eyes. And everyone were congratulating, and then that day I realized that the success was not that medal for me. Actually, the success was that day skiing and winter sports was acknowledged in India. So I think in this journey my parents were always with me. Especially I would never miss the कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ माई मदर, बिकॉज अगर मम्मी हमारा घर नहीं संभालते तो शायद मैं, मेरे भैया और मेरे पापा यूरोप में जाकर ट्रेनिंग नहीं कर रहे होते. सो आई एम रियली थैंकफुल टू माई मॉम फॉर दिस. So this was me when I came back receiving international medal to Manali. My father, my family, my father, mother, and my brother. So I would like to say here, my mother and my father were never they never did something like, okay, हम भैया को ज़्यादा training देंगे, आंचल को कम training देंगे. They were always equal for us, and fortunately I never experienced gender discrimination in my family. But खासकर कि इंडिया जैसे कंट्री में बहुत ज़्यादा जेंडर डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होता है, जैसे हम यहाँ पहले बात कर रहे थे. बट मेन प्रॉब्लम एक्चुअली ये है कि लड़कियाँ खुद मोटिवेट हो जाती है, अपनी बात रखने से पहले वो खुद मोटिवेट हो जाती है कि पता नहीं घर वाले क्या बोलेंगे, सोसाइटी क्या बोलेगी. और लड़कियों के मन में एक मिसकंसेप्शन ये है कि लड़कों के पास ज़्यादा जोर होता है, ये गेम लड़कों के लिए है, ये गेम हमारे लिए नहीं है. सो आई वुड लाइक टू टेल ऑल द गर्ल्स दैट sports equipment is not living thing. It doesn't know your gender. So my skis doesn't know I am male or female. Skis उसके साथ अच्छा चलेगी जो उनको चलाएगा. So please अपने दिमाग से ये निकाल दीजिए. So girls, you can do anything in your life. You can be anything in your life you want to be. So this journey took me to my second international medal in 2021 in Montenegro last year in December. So I would like to thank everyone who supported me in my journey, and then I would like to bring a fact in front of you that I have faced many challenges to reach here, because there were many barriers related to infrastructure, financial issues, and I think most of the things are connected with the lack of awareness in people, because in India people don't know what is winter sport, or they just know, okay, there is skiing, but don't know if skiing can be a sport. So the main thing I would like to tell you all that lack of awareness can be changed by bringing awareness. How can you bring awareness? That is, it starts from us, from each one of us. When we go and watch other games, we should also watch winter sports, because आपको नहीं पता कि एक इंसान के बढ़ने से हमारा मोटिवेशन कितना ज़्यादा बढ़ता है, and that can motivate many kids to take up this sport and take up adventure sports. So the idea is that the change begins in you. Change begins from you. So I would like to tell you all, go and watch winter sports, please. It really motivates us. And these are some of the daring things that I do, like flying in the air during skiing. So I would like to tell you all, skiing is really beautiful sport. The kind of sights you catch while coming down to the mountains. So as I told you, it's a meditation. You should really take up this sport. And at last, I would like to tell you all, like every athlete, my dream is also to represent my country in Olympic Games. So let's inspire each other today.